What is up, Starseeds? It's Sid, and as you can tell by the title, we are going to be talking about periods today. So, if you are curious as to why I chose to make this video, why I felt so called to make it now, I'm going to talk about that at the end. But we are going to get into this starting with the gross factor surrounded by periods, real quick. Obviously, modern day society has made it so men and women just kind of think periods are gross and we don't talk about it a lot. This video is probably weird for a lot of people to see on YouTube, and it should not be. We should not be um, shameful talking about this. We should be confident talking about this. So that's why I'm trying to do this so confidently, because I don't see anything weird about this. This is not only totally natural, which is kind of a lot of girls' excuses when they're talking to their boyfriend. They're like, it's natural, like, it's fine. But no, let's educate ourselves on not only, of course, this is natural, but so is peeing and pooping. Like, periods are magical. Periods are, you're secreting this fluid every month that is like one of the most important fluids ever, okay? Second to water, in my opinion. It goes water, period blood, breast milk, okay? In my opinion, those are the three most magical, amazing fluids that there is on Earth, okay? And if you are a guy watching this, I commend you. You are awesome. I think it's very important that men and women are both educated on this topic and that they're not grossed out by it, because, like I said, it is not gross. It is magical. And we're going to talk about why, okay? So, this is not just blood, like, oh, I bit my lip and I'm gushing blood now, blood. This menstrual blood is full of nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, okay? That's all on Google. It's full of stem cells. So, scientists are actually working on ways to use this period blood to heal things, because it has stem cells in it. It has all this amazing stuff in it that makes it like an amazing fertilizer. That's why I'm gonna do other videos on this in the future, but that's why we shouldn't just be, sucking this up in a tampon and throwing it in the garbage, or sucking it up in a pad and throwing it away. Like, we should be saving this blood, giving this blood back to the earth, using it for things, using it for manifesting. Um, yeah, this is just like a whole huge topic. I could talk about this for hours, guys. I actually love this topic. Um, anyways, why this is not gross, okay? This is ancient. Obviously, women have had periods probably forever. I mean, it's how we create life, okay? Um, in case you don't know, either you get pregnant and your period stops for like 9 months, or you release this egg, it doesn't get fertilized, and you have your period, and you have this time to get this divine intuition, you have this time to withdraw from, the rest of society and the men and the children, and just have your woman time, okay? Nowadays, girls can link up with their friends, they can link up with their families, like sync up, like they have their period at the same time. Me and my friend's mom, we all had our period at the same time. And this is very common. Ask, if you're a guy and you're like, what the heck? Like, ask your friends that are girls, and they'll tell you, oh yeah, you can sync up with your friends. It happens all the time. Um, but in ancient cultures, when we lived in tribes, all of the women were very close. They all were synced together, and they were all synced to the moon, okay? This is why spiritual women refer to their period as their moon. Um, they don't say I'm on my period, they say I'm on my moon. And that's what I love to call it. I mean, I haven't had a period in months because I've been pregnant, and I'm going to talk about this more at the end, but that is a main reason why I'm making this video now, because I educated myself so much on this while pregnant while I wasn't having periods. So now I'm so excited to hop into this and use my new knowledge on this to really incorporate it into my moon cycle. So anyways, these these ancient women, they were all synced up, and they were all synced up to the moon, okay? Women always bled during the new moon, and then they would ovulate during the full moon. The moon cycle and the menstrual cycle are both about 28 days, okay? And in modern society, there's a lot of girls who their cycle is much shorter or much longer or just irregular. I know mine, when I first got it, was very irregular. I would have this period tracker app, which, I obviously highly recommend tracking your periods so you know when you're having them. But it was just super irregular. I got put on birth control because it was so painful, and then the birth control threw it off. They would tell me to literally skip my period, so I would only have like 3 or 4 periods a year. They would tell me to skip it and only have 3 or 4 of them a year, which is just mind boggling to me now, because that's so unnatural and throws your body so out of whack just so you can manage pain better. Like, I wish I would have done something different about that, but I'm glad I only did that for a year or two before I was like, wow, this is so unnatural and so weird, and I'm just gonna stop doing this and try to manage it myself. I don't care how painful it is. And if you're linked up with the moon, if you're doing these things throughout life to really just focus on your body, focus on your cycle, focus on all the cycles of the universe, then it's not going to be as painful. Your period is as painful as the month you went through before, okay? Your period represents everything that you went through in that month. The amount of blood, the amount of pain, the emotions you're going through. Oh my gosh, the emotions you feel on your period is what you felt that whole month before. So if you can incorporate things into your life to make sure that you're just having a positive experience, then your period is going to be a positive experience, okay? Getting back more into like the ancient women and all of that, because I love that. Um, like, they would gather together. Like I said, they were all synced up. They would gather together in what they called like the red tent, which I'm sure they just like had this specific tent that they went to every month, and they just bled into the ground, okay? Um, like, I fully believe this, because if I were alive back then, that is totally what I would do. I'd be like, come on, ladies, we're all bleeding. Let's all bleed together. Let's all bleed into the earth. We don't have feminine products. We don't need them. We're just going to give this blood to the earth. We're going to fertilize the earth. We're going to get all this intuition about, we feel that there's this animal over to the east. There's this river to the west. We need to go there. We need to tell the men to hunt over there. We get bad vibes about this rival tribe. We need to move our tents over there so they don't attack us. Like, they would get all of this divine intuitive information, and they would give this information to the men, go hunt over there, go do this over there. Like, this is what we feel. And the men would rely on that, and they would appreciate that. And I just wish it could be more like that nowadays. Obviously, we don't have these tribes, and we don't have these survival instincts, but we still do have these instincts that we can get about what we should do to better ourselves and better our lives and better the world. As women, we get this intuition, and we just need to be in a place where we can receive this, where we're not too stressed out to receive this divine information and act on it. Okay? Because now we don't really bleed on the new moon and ovulate on the full moon. Definitely most women do, but we are in this world where we're expected to go to work and go to school on our period, and we're not supposed to, take a week or a half a week or whatever just off every single month. Like, most of us can't do that. Um, and that's a shame because we're meant to, as women, we go through these cycles like the moon, we go through these phases, and we're meant to be withdrawn when we're on our moon. We're meant to step away and heal and receive. Our body is going through so much. Each month we are, just like shedding the old and starting the new every single month. But like I said, we're in a world where we can't just step away from that, sadly. And I'd love for it to shift more back to how we can do that. But anyways, there is this thing that like I said, I've researched this more recently. So there is this thing called the white moon cycle and the red moon cycle. And back in the day, pretty much everyone was on the white moon cycle, so they would bleed on the new moon, ovulate on the full moon. Nowadays, that's still called the white moon cycle, and I feel like most women are on that if they are linked up to the moon. But there is the red moon cycle where you bleed on the full moon and ovulate on the new moon. And I do believe there probably had to be some women who were on this cycle back in the day as well, and they were probably just considered more as shamans. I feel like there was fewer of them like there is today, and they're just a bit more spiritual. And those who are on the white moon cycle are a bit more fertile, and they're just more because they're ovulating on the full moon, which is such a fertile time. They are just more fertile because they're ovulating during that time of great fertility. Okay. Yeah, I don't really know when when I bleed yet, because like I said, I've been pregnant for months, and I I tracked my period before, but I don't really have any desire to go back and see what my cycle was before. I am just ready for it to kind of start again and see if I link up to the new moon or what. Anyways, I want to talk about these phases that we go through as women every single month. Um, they're like the seasons, okay? And there is some debate as to when each season really is in the cycle, but pretty much everything I've heard um, is what I agreed with. So that's kind of cool that we can all agree, not all agree, but mainly agree that when we bleed, it is considered winter. And in the winter, you're withdrawn, you want to be by yourself, you don't really want to go hang out with people, you want to just receive this intuitive information and go take a bath and be by yourself. That's when you're bleeding, that's when you're on your moon in the winter time, okay? And then, like, the next week of your cycle, it's spring, and you're kind of getting back out there, okay? There might still be some slush on the ground, you might still not feel the best, but you feel this desire to just kind of clean and kind of start new projects. You might feel the most energy during this week. For me, it's the next week, it's summer, but for a lot of women, you feel this immense, like, starting new projects, which I definitely feel too. Um, in the spring phase. So then when you're ovulating in like the third week, it's summer, okay? And you are the most outgoing. Like in the summer, it's warm outside. You want to get out there. You're flirty. You're social. You want to have fun, and that's what it's like when you're ovulating. Okay, you feel extra sexy. You feel extra social, and you just want to get out there and do what you want to do. Okay. Also, you're releasing these like hormones that actually make you more attractive when you're in your summer phase, when you're ovulating. And that's just that natural like need of reproduction instinct, because we're all animals, okay? And then of course the next phase is the fall phase. Um when you're like PMSing, when it's starting to get cold again, you're starting to withdraw a bit again, but also at the same time, you feel the need to kind of wrap your projects up and put final touches on like everything you've been working on the whole month. Also kind of reevaluate what you want to leave behind in that cycle, what you do and don't want to take with you into the next cycle, okay? Because once you get back to winter, you're just kind of focusing on that. You've already kind of decided what you're going to leave behind, what you're going to take with you, and you're just shedding that and starting fresh, okay? I think that is pretty much all I wanted to talk about. I feel like I could talk about this for so much longer, but I wanted to just hit on the why it's not gross, all of the good stuff in, the moon blood. I'm definitely going to be doing other videos in the future once I start using menstrual cups, moon cups, okay? Because I would just hate to throw out this awesome fluid. I want to give it to the earth. I want to fertilize the earth. Okay, I want to manifest with this, get a little witchy, do some spells. And yeah, this has been around forever, you guys. It's not gross. It's ancient, and if you want to connect, if you're in the area and you want to link up cycles with the moon, hit me up, okay? Whew. Yeah, I really wanted to do this video now because, like I said, I have a tickle in my throat, you guys. So that's why my eyes are watering. And I can't speak. But I just really got into this when I was pregnant for some reason. When I wasn't having my moon, I got into the moon cycle, the feminine moon cycle, when I wasn't having it. So now I'm in this period of a extended moon right now, so I don't really know when I'm gonna start linking up. We'll see in the next few months. And because I just birthed a child out of my hoo-ha, I am not allowed to stick anything up in my hoo-ha for a couple more weeks. So I can't use a moon cup yet, but I am very excited to do so in the next few months, and I will definitely update you guys on that once I try that out. So yeah, more period videos to come. Let me know if you guys want to know what like my new moon and full moon ritual are, because there's, a few different things I like to do. But yeah, let me know and I will keep you guys updated. I'm probably gonna start like menstrual moon cycle playlist. And I hope you guys love it, and I hope you are confident about it and can talk about it with your friends and family and it's not weird. So yeah, love and light to you all, and the hybrid children are coming soon.